This week on Getting Outdoors with Scott and Adele, Scott hunts a bear he calls Shady with his APA bow.
What an absolutely beautiful bear.
Getting Outdoors has been brought to you by CJ's Meats, Rostern, APA Archery, We Are Not the Same, MR Steel Construction, Valley Ford, Hague, Dry Shod Waterproof Footwear. We've been hunting this spot since 2016, and we've been fortunate to take some amazing animals since then. The very first year, I was able to take my biggest black bear to date. In 2017, my dad was able to take his first black bear with the crossbow. Oh, there's the first bear, Dad. Great big melon on him.
For the first one, I think it's pretty good.
Make a nice shoulder mount for the cabin, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Congrats, Dad.
Thanks a lot.
In 2018, I took my first color-phased bear from the same stand. And in 2021, our daughter Cassidy was able to take her first black bear with a bow.
What do you have to say, Cass?
It's awesome. Yeah.
I think that's your response every year.
Yeah, pretty much.
With snow on the ground and spring around the corner, it was time to get the baits out.
Well, managed to get 2 baits in. Believe it or not, in about 2-3 weeks, all this snow is going to be gone. There's about 2.5 feet right now. Hopefully some of the bears made it through this winter. She was a long one. Well, only 4 more spots to go tomorrow.
With the snow gone, and an old friend I call Shady hitting the baits, I just knew this season was going to be special.
It's Tuesday, May 2nd. It's my first day out bear hunting for the spring, and it's a whopping 26 degrees out. Yeah, 26 Celsius on May 2nd. I'm excited. I think bear season's my favorite time of year. There's actually been a small one wandering over here while we were doing the interview. We will finish getting settled. Wait and see what the night brings us. As usual, too small. last bear was a beauty. Great color on it, just not even close to big enough yet. Hopefully that one can live for a while and we can shoot him later on in his life. Just need time in the stand now, that's all.
This segment is brought to you by CJ's Fish Coating, our go-to coating for fish, seafood, pork, and chicken. With the temperature still in the mid-20s and the bears becoming more active, I was excited to get back in the stand just 2 days later.
Well, it's Thursday, May 4th. Another warm day. It's 25 degrees out again. Trees are just starting to get buds on them now. The alfalfa's kicking in my food plot here. There was a blonde one here the first night I sat. Be a tank of a bear in a few years. Stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some action for you. Apparently he doesn't like me being here.
After spending May hunting with the Dell and Hunter, June rolled around and it was time for me to get back into the stand.
Well, it's Friday, June 2nd, and it's my third sit of the year. I said at the start I wasn't going to sit until June. I was going to leave May for Hunter and Adele. And Hunter was able to connect on a bear he was calling sloth. It was a bear that he was willing to wait for. It only took 2 sits, but he passed up on a really good bear the first night in order to be able to take the sloth on sit 2. And then we sat here 2 weeks ago, me and Adele, because there is a giant chocolate showing up on camera. And he came in and he just didn't give her a shot before it got too dark. And she's also seen a nice big black bear at her stand that's come in twice. And unfortunately the first sit, he came in too late and never gave her a shot before we ran out of legal light. And the second sit, he came in at 8 o'clock and he turned quartered away. She drew her bow, and just as she was getting her pin settled, he decided to turn and walk away. So anyway, I'm hunting. So far we've got the big chocolate consistently on the Reconical cameras, and Thanos has been in this week. So either one of them will do the trick tonight. See if we can't let an arrow fly. We'll see how things go. Stay tuned. Well, it's Saturday, June 3rd. There's thunderstorms in the area moving around. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Hopefully the bears are moving before the storms come in. Well, anyway, we're hunting a bear I call Slim Shady. He's a great big chocolate bear. Up until a few days ago, he was really consistent, coming in between 5:30 and 6, and then again between 8:30 and 9. Hopefully we got more action than last night. Stay tuned. Thunderstorms rolling around us here. It's rumbling pretty good behind me. Would be nice if we'd get a little bit more bear action before that came though. Looks like a dark cloud. Hopefully it'll miss us. Pretty rocky. I think it's time to back up.
This segment is brought to you by APA Archery. We are not the same. After a few nights away and the rut in full swing, I knew it was time to get back in the stand as odds were going to be in my favor.
Friday, June 9th. It's my mom and dad's 50th wedding anniversary today. 50 years, think about that. It's pretty special, eh? Especially in today's day and age. I am here today hunting a bear that I call Shady. I would say he's pretty much dream bear. Hopefully have some great action for you this episode. Stay tuned.
After getting set up, it didn't take long before I caught movement to my left.
Well, I know that that's not the best footage because it just kind of happened quick. I didn't get my camera behind me turned on. I caught him in the bush here, standing and looking. He came in, I grabbed my bow when he was behind the trees here. I didn't know what he was going to do. He started coming towards the sand here. And he went out, turned broadside, paid attention to that for a bit. I drew my bow as he was walking away. You could see the hole in him right where I want to put it. 6 o'clock, 5 after 6 he came in. I'd actually texted Ken because I got in here at about 4:45, and I told him that he came in quite often between 5:30 and 6:30. And well, 6:05, I heard some trees over there. Looked over my shoulder, there he was. I'm gonna go find my arrow and check for blood. Okay, so After my shot, he took off to the south here. I can see the arrow sticking up just behind me in the alfalfa, so I'm gonna grab it and take a look. Okay, well, it's right here. Got good blood. I know it was a good shot. Right where I want to put it, center, so gonna head in and see if I can pick up a blood trail.
This segment is brought to you by CJ's Meats. For all your wild and domestic cut, wrap, and processing, visit CJ's Meats, Rostern. Before the break, we got to see a perfect center of center shot on a bear I called Shady. All that was left to do was go recover the arrow and find the blood trail to make the recovery.
Okay, so after my shot, he took off to the south here. You can see the arrow sticking up just behind me in the alfalfa, so I'm gonna grab it and take a look. Okay, well, it's right here. Got good blood. I know it was a good shot. Right where I want to put it, center, so gonna head in and see if I can pick up a blood trail. Got our blood trail. Goes down this path here.
He's right here.
He's right here. Oh my, what a big bear. Well, here he is. A bear that I've called Slim Shady. Basically because he showed up the Friday of May long weekend, and I looked at Adele on the stand as we were hunting for a bear for her, and I said, guess who's back? Because he hadn't been around until the Friday of May long. I've passed him up a couple other years, thinking he wasn't quite big enough, but I think it's paid off. Colored phased bears like this don't come around this size all the time. It's a beauty bear. He only went about 50-60 yards. Made a great center of center shot. You want to hit your bears center of center. They won't go far. And we knew he was definitely a bear we wanted to take this year. So I've been sitting. This is actually only my fifth sit. It's night 5 for me. I was waiting till June to sit, taking Adele and Hunter throughout May. And yeah, I figured I'd wait for the rut and hopefully be able to catch one of the big boars slipping up. And I did. It all happened pretty quick. I caught him in the trees coming in a bit. Pushed over a tree as he was coming. He came in, kind of started coming towards the stand. Another bear huffed from over here in the trees. He walked out, turned broadside at 22 yards, and well, the rest is history, as they say. So yeah, time to get some work done. Luckily he's in a fairly open spot here. I should be able to get my side-by-side backed up to him and somehow manage to get him up onto the box on my own. Sometimes when you're by yourself, you gotta improvise. And I'm happy we're lucky enough to be able to get the side-by-side this close. See if I can't make this work. Well, I think I'd call that a little bit of redneck ingenuity, eh?
I think I'd call that a perfect spring. Being with Hunter when he arrowed a giant black bear, spending quality time in the stand with Adele, and taking a bear of my own that's going to be tough to beat.
Thanks everyone for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this episode. We've got more coming. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning provided by MR Steel Construction, quality farm and commercial buildings for over 40 years. Getting Outdoors has been brought to you by CJ's Meats, Rostern, APA Archery, We Are Not the Same, MR Steel Construction, Valley Ford, Hague, Dry Shod Waterproof Footwear. Don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Getting Outdoors with Scott and Adele.